the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
Could Lolly or Jolly? I think it was Jolly. If he could transfer into to Tennessee next year, because every Tennessee fan knows that like the tight end position is quite barren going into next year. Although Ethan Davis popped in this one in the second half, so good to see him get a couple catches, and he's going to be a good player, I think, for Tennessee down the line. But I mean, how much can you read into the offense really hitting their stride? We saw like the Jalen Hyatt touchdown against Alabama in this one to Ramel Keaton, where it's just there's nobody there, and it's something that has been sorely missed, where you're like, man, I didn't know how much I missed that until you actually see it happen. Again, it's a little bit different. Many are saying that UConn and Alabama might have a different feel to it when you hit those kind of shot plays, but I think that made you feel the best if you're a Tennessee fan, is you saw the combination of the Jalen Wright big runs and the domination in the run game that we've been accustomed to all year, but you also saw the over-the-top, wide-open, schemed guys, wide-open stuff that you've not seen all year, that you're like, man, with Mizzou and Georgia over the next 2 weeks, that is exactly how you needed to see this offense look going into those just critical games. Is you want them. You could not ask for a better situation there, I don't think.
No, you're right, because that has been sorely missing. And even, to score a wide touchdown, you see what happens when a ball is thrown on the money across the middle. Milton, I feel like, has been better in recent weeks, but even this year when he's completed passes over the middle, it's like it's a little behind the receiver, and he's got to work to catch it, and it severely limits the yak. And obviously this is UConn, and it was pretty wide open, but he had some right in stride, and that gives the fastest guy on the field the ability to turn the corner and score a touchdown on it. So it's all a good sign. The wide open stuff over the top, less into, just because it is UConn. And I think a lot of that stuff, and it'll be interesting to see this going forward in the long term. I guess I wonder how much getting those stuff over the top is going to be gone now, no matter who the quarterback is, just because teams are more used to SEC. Teams are more used to Tennessee's tempo, and they're more used to what Heupel tries to do, and they have a little bit of a playbook on it now. So that's a part I'll be interested going forward, past this year, and I don't take a ton from that. And I guess the offensive performance as a whole, I wouldn't be drawing massive conclusions on its own, but when you consider it's coming off to perhaps Tennessee's best offensive games of the season before it, it's just more room for optimism for that unit moving into the last 3 games of the season. And to your point, really these next 2 games against Missouri and Georgia.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. What do you think was the biggest moment of the game for you? What stood out the most to you in this one?
Probably Jalen Wright on the second play. I mean, it just made it clear that this was